11.
Yes, we have you.
We are gathered here at 8361 11th line, RR number 2, Thornton, Ontario, to do a general session for the Changing the World Now workshop group entitled We Too Will Follow. Would you please begin?
Greetings, dear friends.
Greetings, teachers.
Now, in this particular workshop, we've explored with you basically a new consciousness for humanity. We've given you direction. We've given you suggestions. We've guided you to new concepts and new constructs. We've encouraged you to invest yourselves in the process. And of course, eventually humanity will change, regardless of what you choose. But as we've said previously, the very presence of ourselves supports the movement of humanity. Having said that, we will, over the next 15 to 20 years, provide additional guidance to humanity that will assist it, if it chooses, to move into this new form of society, this new creation. Individuals must choose. There has to be more than one or two individuals present, or five. There has to be a willingness to go beyond that particular limited choice. If it's chosen, we will be there to provide additional guidance. Regardless of whether it's chosen, our energy is present within humanity. And from that perspective, humanity will change. So, it isn't a question of there's not enough time, for when this one's body chooses to remove itself, when this one decides that he's had enough of this particular existence, and he wants to go and try something different, well, at that point, we will have advised humanity how he'll return. He is a direct extension of us, and we will create a new direct extension of us afterwards. It won't have his personality, his ego, but it'll have all of his memories. And as a result of that, we will still continue interacting with humanity. Now, some individuals, such as yourselves, may choose to view his source or her source, you'll be surprised, as us and call it that, or he may choose another name, but we assure you, you will recognize the source. We ourselves would suggest that the name be maintained, so that way there's a continuity, but that's entirely up to the choices of the individuals at the time. Recognize for yourselves, however, that this is why we keep encouraging you to assist this one, and therefore ourselves, to get in front of a larger audience, more like the United Nations. This is where we would really, truly see a benefit. But if it doesn't happen, we can assure you that our energy is still there. We will never abandon you. We have surrounded you from the moment of our existence and your existence, and we will always surround you regardless. So, the key here now is, what do you choose next? Do you choose to leave this workshop with the satisfaction of having explored a concept and a construct in detail and saying to yourselves, that was fascinating, that was interesting? Or do you choose to take this information and to start propagating it? It's entirely up to you. It is not to say that you must, and it is not to say that you mustn't. The choice is completely and absolutely yours. May we suggest that you do enjoy the process, and if, regardless of what you choose, if the joy is no longer there, don't choose it again. Any questions? Any questions from the audience there, Maggie?
There is one. It just came in. How does a group of 12, Syrians, Pleiadians, and the whole human existence, as it moves into the universe and meets other worlds, dimensions, what is the universal interactions of humanity to planets?
Well, under the present circumstance, you'll simply look to conquer and recreate your own psychology of society. You move to a shift of government from one of governance to one of guidance. There's a lot can happen during the transition period, but this is why it's important to maintain this until you get to where you want to go. And then you'll find that you can become truly the facilitators of the universe. The human race will have a strong position in the rest of the universe as opposed to simply a position of an aggressor in the universe.
What will happen to the group of 12?
It still will be around, but eventually it'll be irrelevant. It really will not be relevant, and then they will literally shift themselves. Do you see?
Mm-hmm. Shift themselves to empowerment?
Yes.
Oh. So they'll move from fear to appreciation.
There you go.
Oh.
And what about other aggressors in the universe? Will they can use Earth as an example, but
Only if this is chosen, and as we said, think of what we've given you as a 3 to 10,000 year plan. How's that?
okay.
So it has to be maintained and continued. Now, does it have to be actively done? Not all the time. Will it be maintained and continued? If it is begun, absolutely. Will there be fits and starts and fits? Absolutely. There'll be times when you will follow, and there'll be times when you won't. There'll be times when you'll actively pursue it, and times when you won't. But if the movement of humanity is one towards this, then everything changes. The relationship between humanity, everyone within humanity with each other, and eventually the countries with each other, eventually humanity as a whole human race, and eventually that in relation to all the other planets. Everything shifts. Do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the aggressors from outer space could look at the Earth in 3,000 years' time and think, what a wonderful place. This is a much better way of living.
It may be. Or you may find yourselves ambassadors to a universal council in which you become then the ones teaching others how to move to a governance of government of guidance instead of a government of governance. Do you see? Each planet has its own governments, its own structure, whatever you want to call it. Do you see?
Mm-hmm.
Are the civilizations in the university using this? No.
There are some, yes, but more are necessary.
Yeah.
Another question: when will the story of the Nazarene be known for what it was, and the basis of the church become fundamentally changed?
Not for a very long time. 1,500 to 2,000 years. It'll be after the fact. It'll be after the church itself collapses.
Will the churches still be relevant in 1,000 years?
There'll be different churches, but no, the Catholic Church will not be relevant at that point. Anything else different? Well, enjoy the process. Discover more of yourselves. And don't forget, come back. We have so much more to tell you. To you all, the appreciation of all.